The white stone of flesh is for purity. The star is for republic. The blue sea is for black people. We know Liberia is our home. The Declaration of Independence was signed in 1847. 11% of people we are known as First Republic. The Lone Star shining evermore. The land of Liberia is flying at the time. Show your allegiance, show your loyalty to this nation, Liberia. If my people who are poor by money, we humble themselves and seek my face, I will rise and heal their nation. Liberia will rise again. Nations will come to your rising. I prophesy. Kingdom will come to your light. Together, let's keep the peace. Cause in unity we will build our nation. Arise, Liberia, arise. Arise and take your place. Whatever the workers are needed, arise and take your place. The flag of Liberia is flying on. Showing allegiance, showing loyalty to this nation, Liberia, in union, success is love. Showing loyalty to this nation, Liberia, in union, success is love. In unity we will build our nation. In unity, Liberia, we focus on long life. We focus on prosperity. It's flying at the time.
And indeed, we want to say good afternoon again. Welcome to Voice of Liberia, the ultimate proud in broadcast far and beyond. This is where we bring you the actuality behind the graphic that has been posted to convince or sometimes doubt you. So we bring you the actuality right here on Voice of Liberia. I'd like to say good afternoon to all of you. Welcome again. After the Christmas, such a time appears to be a very quiet time, always in the world, especially Liberia, where we've been. We have absolute control on our activities in Liberia, which we've been governed by the Constitution. So after Christmas, it's obvious that all of us citizens will be quiet and try to think about what to start with in the new year. And of course, why it is true that the successful one will always be calculating on how to add them to what they have. The less fortunate will be praying God for an extension of life. And this is where we are again today. I want to say good afternoon to all of you folks. Welcome. The show Bit and Pieces, always on your way from Monday to Friday. Jala Griffey and I, Edwin Melvin Joa. And of course, I'm on today with you up to 5 o'clock this evening. Don't hope or dare to miss anything about the show today, because it's going to be very great and unique. You wouldn't want to miss this trading opportunity to provide you the happenings across Liberia. So of course, I want to say welcome again, welcome. We have several issues we're going to talk about today. You know what, about this time in the interior, I always like to retrospect on the life in the interior. The life in the interior is challenging. However, the people in the interior are so addicted to their activities to the extent when you bring them to the urban place or places, they will tell you they don't find comfort in being in Monrovia, but rather they want to be on the farm, especially those people coming from Nimba County, people from Lofa, Bon County, some part of Bapolu, Grand Crew County. A lot of people are there. And it was also interesting to know that there are people who were born in those counties. Since they were born, they have never been to Monrovia, the capital city of Liberia. They have never been here. So sometimes we look for an opportunity to extend to them so they can come and have the experience we got here in Monrovia City, the only commercial and capital city we got here. It is Monrovia, Liberia. Something that you will understand when James Monroe, the American Liberians, when they came for the settlement. So the settlers came and settled here. Right on their way when the American Colonization Society, the ACS, sent their agent in Liberia or in Africa, particularly when they landed in Sierra Leone. On the Shepherd Island, they came and met the various kings there, King Najola, King Long Peter. Yeah, and they all discussed about how could they bring back our people from America back to Africa. John Kisser. And today we have a piece of land given us called Liberia. And we are all Liberians. So those people who live the bravery life, that's why you hear the people talking about our color guard, our flag guard, red, white, and blue. And which will tell you the meaning of the three colors of our flag and the Lone Star. So I listened to a story of one Sierra Leonean. During the war, they were opportune. There was a ship in Freetown where you saw the Liberian flag and the American flag, and you saw the London flag as well. That's UK, that England. So the American flag, they did not know the distinction between the Liberian flag and the American flag. So they thought that the too many stars in the American flag came from Liberia because they felt that Liberia was at war at the time, or too many funny things were happening in Liberia. So his parents chose to have got in the ship that had the one star, that is the Lone Star, Lumi one. So they got in the Liberian ship. When they opened their eyes, guess where they saw themselves? At the free port of Monrovia. Today they are citizens in the sense that their father comes from Liberia, and today they are citizens of Liberia. So I want to say good afternoon to all of you. Thank you for joining us. We got a lot to talk about on today. Don't you go the way. My name is Edwin Melvin Jua on the show Bits and Pieces. Let me inform you today. Let me give you the lineup, what we have on today presentation. We're going to talk about the total disasters that occur in 2023 December 26, that took away many lives and followed the contribution of meaningful Liberians, and and then we're going to talk about the alleged post or the recent post. Some of you, the reason why we use the word alleged when we get there is because we want to provide the clarity or create the space where somebody will say no, it's not authentic and it's not proven, but then it is something that some of us screenshotted and we got it. The press secretary Kula Fofana is under a serious pressure following her recent post mocking, or criticizing the Christmas, of many Liberians being unemployed. We'll talk about that. And of course, Antonin Isaac W. Jackson calls for the BAFTA choice to scrap President Boakai's deacon title. That means he's calling that they should take the deacon title from President Boakai. We're going to look into that. And we'll also be looking into the suspended lawmakers. December salary has been deposited into the consolidated account of the government of Liberia. So several other lawmakers were being suspended, and their December salaries have been deposited or sent, transfer, any other thing you want to consider it from the economic standpoint, going to the consolidated account of the country. We'll talk about that following a conversation with the newly appointed chair on rules and other, James KOLLEH of Bone County. And on the social aspect, we got, every Friday we have to bring up the social sparking aspect of our show. So today we got on the social aspect of our discussion, we'll be talking about once you catch your wife cheating and you forgive her, the respect she has for you will go away. Yeah. So we'll talk about that because some of you will have a descending view on what we will talk. Some of you will agree, some of you will disagree. That's what I mean. A dissenting view, meaning you don't agree with what we talk. But what we're trying to tell you has to do with the serial, investigations we have conducted and several other issues we have heard about, giving us this thing to tell you that exactly when you catch your wife cheating on you, if you gave her a second chance, the respect she have for you will drop, and it's obvious. It's just like in a class. When you have a brilliant student in the class and you caught that student spotting, you as an instructor, your entire life, you wouldn't want to respect that child again. All of what they've been doing, whether they were perfect in scoring those grades they used to score, but once you caught them spelling in that single subject, what will come to your mind will be the man has been spelling all along, the way. Yeah, there where the respect will drop. So we want to say Voice of Liberia. We live in Bone County, 90.7 in Banga Bone County. And of course, we are live in Margibi as usual, 87.9. And of course, we are also live to our newest branch established in Grand Bassa County in Buchanan City. We are now in Buchanan City, the same radio station we got in Margibi, we got it in Bone County. We now got the same branch in Buchanan City. So those of you in Buchanan City, those of you in Riverside, some part of Sino, because Riverside and Sino share a common boundary. Sino and Grand there, Grand Crew, they share a low boundary too as well. So those of you around the southeast who want to say we are live from Capital Bypass in Monrovia, but with our branch extending our coverage, our air range from Capital Bypass to Buchanan City and to wherever you are and however you're receiving our singular. So I'd like to say welcome to the show. We're going to go live to those of you who have joined us on our live broadcast so that we can acknowledge some of you who have come on to tell the people that, yes, those of you watching live from America, those of you watching from Asia, Europe, Asia, Europe, even some part of Africa, we will have to go there and acknowledge some of you because a lot of you can have some comments coming up. We need to acknowledge them. Your opinion needs to be heard. The fact that you are not in the country doesn't mean you can't contribute to what happening in your country. It is your right, and we hope that your opinion would not, offend another person as a citizen of our country, Liberia. So, folks, my name is Edwin Melvin Jua. I'm here up to 5 o'clock. I'm going to go now on the line to see as to whether we can acknowledge some of you who have come on the broadcast this afternoon. The fact is that we have 240 viewers right now. We're going like 14 minutes, and we stay moving up high to see how best we can the viewers to to add up, and then we will see what we can do as well. Just in case some of you who will come on will read all of your text messages right here on Voice of Liberia. So don't you go. The first discussion we hope to come off, but let's see how we go back. We have few other persons who have come on. This person, George Superior Fokpa. George Superior Fokpa writes and said, "Good evening, Chief, and good evening to you too." And this person, Frank Menyon, your last name spelled Menyon, Menyon. He said, "Good afternoon. I'm watching from my office on the Capital Bypass. Thank you." Fatu Sharif, one of our regular followers, Fatu Sharif writes and said, "Good afternoon." And this person, Usman Jallo, "Good afternoon. I'm watching from is it Ulster University College campus. Yeah, it's ALLST. I've been seeing the university name, but I'm yet to be familiar." And this person, Emmanuel Tosia writes and says, "Good afternoon. I'm following from District 6, Montserrat County." And G. Jefferson M. KOLLEH, Jefferson writes and says, "Good afternoon, Edwin. I'm watching from my Pinsville Red Light resident." Thank you, Jefferson, for joining us. Orlando Collimilling. Orlando Collimilling writes and says, "I am following." Orlando comes from Bone County. He's following. And this person, Orlando, seems to be, anyway, not to talk more. Genesis Pogba. Genesis Pogba writes and says, "Good afternoon. I am watching from Banga City, Bone County." Thank you, Genesis. Daniel G. Zer. Daniel G. Zer writes and says, "Following from Soniwen, Grand Judea County." Oh, they got Soniwen in Grand Judea. Wow. Okay, that Soniwen should be like a dialect, something like that. That comes from the southeast. Soniwen is also in Morovia. And of course, this person comes on again and says, Sunday Flomo. Sunday Flomo writes and says, "Good afternoon, Mr. Joa. I am Sunday S. Flomo watching you from Bone County, Phoebe Escre." Okay. Sunday, thank you for joining us. And this person, Christopher Blessing, Blessing, Gone, Blessing, Wule, Tue. The name long. Christopher Blessing, Gone, Blessing, Wule, Tue. He writes and says, "Good afternoon, sir. I am watching from Bone County." That's a Bone Mine. Yeah, Bone Mine is in Bone County. Thank you, Christopher, for joining us. Want to say good afternoon to all of you, and thanks to all of you for joining us. We can read all of the text messages coming up, but we will continue to read them in time to come. So those of you who just joining us, you can read your messages, and they will be read right after our first discussion. Right after our first discussion, they will be read here. Okay, so we want to move on to the issue of the disaster that occurred in Total Digester Pising. In 2023 of last year, right after the Christmas, the next day, a tanker fell in Totota. And of course, a fueling station names God's Willing or God's Will dropped in Totota or had an accident in Totota. And citizens of Totota gathered themselves around the tanker and decided to take the gasoline that was in the tank because some of them thought that once the car has failed, it means that the owner don't have control on it anymore. And sometimes how the issue will be, like they want to use it as an advantage, because this has been almost appearing like a tradition, or it's been customary in the whole region of Bone County, especially the Baco Hill Belt. Normally, when car falls along the hill, residents around the community will always come out sometime to help or sometime not to help. But then the goods owner or the drivers on the cars at time will be the one to tell the people who will come around, because Imagine when the car falls in the valley on Bako Hill, it can be very much, disgusting. So the driver will be confused. The goose owner who got the goose on the car will also be confused and lost mind and will be a victim of the accident. So some of them at time will give the instruction or gave the authority or gave the resident a chance to go and take or collect the goods from the car, because if it stay on the car, it will get rotten. Because down the hole there, they got water. So I'm just saying this to say sometimes, the reason why it is good, sometimes people will come around the car or the accident scene. So it was some part of September or September to October. There was a truck a truck that came from Guinea. The truck fell on the same Bako Hill. The owner of the goods was also on the car. But then the car had beans, it had grumpy, it had pepper, and it had other stuff on the car. Given the fact that the car fell in the water, the grumpy will start to grow. The beans will also start to grow. So what the car owner did at the time was to have given the chance to people who have come around, whether they came with bad motive, but once they have come around and know so the well that even if you take the peanut, the corn seeds, or you take the beans, they will not be of no use to you anymore, because the moment breeze blow these seeds, they will start to germinate, they will start to grow. And beans growing on the wall market, nobody want to buy it. Corn growing already, nobody want to buy it. And the grumpy growing, nobody want to buy it anymore. So what the owner did that time, the car fell in no time. We were there. I got my friend Bill Dennis. He's a DEA person. So sometimes when I go to Bond County, he and I, we can be together. So when the car fell, no time, we were there. So he started acting as a DEA person. So I'm not a security personnel. So I could not go that route, right? So he was there restricting the people and stopping them from going to the accident scene, stopping them from, going to where the car was in the water. Because people came and they were standing up and looking down. So few other brave men, gathered themselves and went to him and said, "Oh, the way the situation is, I think we have to go down to help the people on the car." So a few other men went down and helped, took the people, the wounded people from the car, the truck, and brought them up. And the lady saw the goose and said, "Let the people take the goose." And that was how a lot of the citizens took the beans, took the grumpy, the corn, So at the moment, beans was very cheap. That's the funny part of it now. So at the moment, beans was very cheap in the environment or the community at the time. Then at the time, corn seeds or corn was very cheap at the time, because you have multiple bags of corn being, placed in the water, and everybody want to get it out. So you have grumpy. So these commodities were cheap. So had it not been the presence of these people, perhaps the people who were involved in the accident, another thing could happen. You never tell. So sometimes they are coming around there could be a help. Now we go back to the issue of the explosion of the tanker in Toyota in 2023 of last year, December 26, the day after Christmas. We have been informed that 21 persons die, according to the report. Now 21, but 121 die. But it's just being guessed that the Red Cross, people who were on the scene could not actually tell as to whether the number of people who were on the tanker, because guess what? I was on the scene as well again. The very day the tanker fell in Toyota, I was there. I went there. So when the tanker was on fire, when we got the communication, I went there. After the fire ceased, we went there. We saw a skeleton And some of the kids who went there to see the scene got brain that you will not even see the Escalington because the fire was too huge. Give it the understanding that if you took a small fish and place it in a big fire, the fish will burn that when you come back, you'll not even recognize that you had a fish on the fire. That's what happens. So it's just an estimated amount of people, considering the fact that the number of people who went to the hospital to seek medication after the wounded, the Red Cross, the Phoebe Hospital, the JFK, the ELWA, and the Catholic Hospital reported the total number they came out with and the few Scarlingtons they could recognize, you know, or identify that, yeah, this is a Scarlington of a human being. They put all the total together could come up to 121. So they estimated and said, yes, it was 121. But some of us who watched the video, Pius told the explosion of the tanker, we know that the group that was around the tanker more than the 121, even before talking about those who got wounded and were taken to the various hospitals were more. Now we consider the fact that somebody want to say, yeah, they went to look for it. Somebody say, why would they go around a tanker that fell? Now put it in your shoes as a human. No human is perfect. Everyone is liable to mistakes. Why, if it was a relative that went there, would you be the one to talk like that? No, it wouldn't happen. So, when an issue happened, former, let's say the president Joseph Walker gave 10 million Liberian dollars, 10 million Liberian dollars to sympathize with the people, and then all residents of Salala district went there and contributed. The World Bank, we are informed that the World Bank gave 400, I think 450,000 United States dollars, and we are informed that the 450,000 United States dollars, the people trying to figure out how they can get the money, but the lawmaker is being playing a laissez-faire, Moema Breeze. She appears not to be in the interest, like, whatever happens. But then on yesterday, that Mickey has, yeah, let's say Thursday, right? Yesterday was Thursday. So on yesterday, making exactly 1 year, the citizens of Torota mooned on yesterday. They celebrated. Englishman will tell you they celebrated, and then Englishman will also tell you they observe. So yesterday there was a march, parade in the principal street of Torota, and we follow it. However, we understood that several other young people in Torota follow the parade and they ended yesterday because it is in recognition of some of the young men, some of whom I know. Tommy was a student of the Cardinal University. He died from the incident too as well. Some of who came from the University of Liberia, even the African Methodist Episcopal University, because once people graduate from the high school in the environment or the community, some of them will want to flourish ahead, go to some of the higher learning institutions. So that's how it was. So a lot of the guys who died, some of them were, attending the AMU, the UL and the Cuttington. So far that I know about, UL, Cuttington, and AMU, we had students all there who were attending those schools. Now we also had the police commander who got badly wounded and was taken to India. We are informed that the government took him to India, but he has been abandoned. The agreement, it sometimes appears and sound very disgusting when the government will want to do something, especially certain other persons in the government will want to do something and make it look like they are in favor, but then the entire government is not also in favor. We are informed that Jabate, the police commander of Total Bone County, who got badly wounded and forever crippled, he's forever crippled. The police commander who went there and tried to put things under control, because normally police job is to protect life and property. They went there, and when they got on the scene, when the fire caught on the car, it led a lot of the guys death. So the police commander now, we are informed that he's in India following our many calls on the government to take a serious action to look into the direction of the police commander, given the fact that he went to do a piece of job because he went there to save lives and property. Now, all of a sudden, or frustratingly, or something that you could not just capture, he got wounded too. They took him to India. Today he's in India and we're receiving communication that he's not being catered to by the Liberian government. He's not being catered to by the Liberian government. So he's there. So even if you say there are a lot of people maybe who went there from family homes or who went there on their own, yes, okay, now the police commander too went there, other watch forums, they went there, to protect lives and property. Now the thing went off hand. So say it went off hand, now the police commander, following our appeal, and our serious discussion about the issue, the government decided to take him to India. Something that we lauded the government for. We praised the government, but then when we heard that they took him to India, now we are informed that the government has abandoned him. They are not focusing on him anymore. So it's something very deplorable that if you see that his family back here, friends, will post sometimes $10 US, $20 US to send it for him in India. Something that the government should have an allotment. The man is taking pay. So even if you want to just something like that, send the man pay. But they say the man pay even not even going. He pay not coming. Because the fee that maybe the man is not active or maybe he's not back in the country. So I don't want us politicizing everything. It is the life that we think we can save. Let's stop politicizing these things. So whatever way it is, we hope that the government will look in the direction and see what and how possible this could come to an end and help the police commander from Bon County, who is now in India seeking a proper treatment. So we want to say welcome. Another person just joined us again. But I will get to you people who just joining us. Let's hope that we exhort, our first 2 or 3 talking points. So that was the issue on the total that issue. Just thought to bring it out, so you can be on top of what happened in the total down. The people yesterday moved and they observed the exact 1 year strategy that occurred in Total following the 2023 December 26 accident that happened that took away the lives of approximately 121 persons. Fundings were collected, but then they still have the in-house discussion that one we can drop there. And then the government will have to come in. And as we speak, there are still people who got badly wounded. Up to now, some of them are in Total. Some are living in other communities, but they are not being catered to by the government because it is the government's sole responsibility to protect its citizens. So if a citizen was being wounded or something happens to a person in a country, it is the sole responsibility of the government. So there are people in Total as we speak to you. I shook one of them hands because I spent the Christmas out. I shook one of them hands in Total. Sorry with no disrespect. I will not call name, but the guy hands, when he shook my hands, I saw like, he appears in my hand like somebody who suffered from a leprosy. And if you know somebody who suffers from leprosy, you know how big the finger can be, and they can no longer hold things the way the natural finger or hands will hold things. So that means they will not adequately work the way they used to work. So they sometimes become a liability because they have to beg people to survive. But they're dead, and things are difficult, very, very difficult. I'm telling you reality, things are difficult on them. We also being informed that the medication, no medication for some of them. So apparently, the next 5-6 months from now, some of whom were affected by that fire will also be dying one by one. Why? Because there's no proper medication, no proper care. So once there's no proper care, these people, I'm telling you, right, it's not something like I'm praying for, but it's something that we have envisioned, something that we have seen. Yeah, honestly, from some medical advice, they will tell you that when somebody is badly wounded by the fire, there are some, medication to be given the president. But up to now, these people, they survive, the survivors from the disaster. Not much of them have been catered to. And you know what baffles me a lot is that the oversight of their lawmaker is being buried or swallowed. Their lawmaker isn't thinking that way to see whether they can push or she can push the interest of the people on grounds that, yeah, the president, yeah, Mr. President, this thing happened in my country, in my district. You went there and you gave 10 million. The fact that the president gave 10 million, it draws the attention of the president that yes, what happened in Bone County was a disaster, and I'm in sympathy or empathy with the people. Now, if the president will give 10 million, it means the president is in willingness in helping the people of Bone County. Let's take politics out of the war now. But if the president, Joe Barker, gave 10 million to the people of Bone County, especially in Toronto, to the disaster's victim, it means that the president is in empathy and sympathy with the victims. So that means you as a lawmaker, you don't expect the person who got brain to come to the president. The protocol to meet the president is tough. The people who got brain will not come to see the president. But you, madam lawmaker, it is burden upon you because you have a responsibility they call oversight. That's one of the oversight responsibilities. So you meet the president, engage the president. Even if you as an individual, the protocol will be tied to meet the president. You could channel it through, out of the Buju Ben Keita, the Kula Fofana, or the Mabaka ability. You could push. Once it comes to the attention of the president, he knows that he contributed to that disaster. And he's telling him that, yes, somebody from that disaster committee or somebody from that disaster area wants to talk to you. The president will give the president an ear. Honestly, there was no politics about that. The president will give you an ear and you'll discuss. The president will steal a lot. If not from national government, the president got friends. If not friends, the president got influence. If not influence, the president got connections. And something better could happen for the people of Bone County. But sometimes we let the wrong people at the right time. Thank you. We move on to the issue of Kula Fofana being on a fire for an alleged Facebook post mocking Christmas struggle. Now, a lot of us sometimes will sit back and want to praise the government or government officials and everything they do. It will interest you to know that a lot of the government officials took on government positions to speculate some of us in the environment and tell us that we told you that our government was no longer good and this is our government. And because you did not agree to follow us, we will suffer you and you will see that we will progress and you will retrogress in your hustle. Now, how are you looking at? My people, the whole issue about the governance, if you want to take space by space, where I try to talk about comparing, the workings, the first 1 year each work from the both governments, the Joe Barker government and the George Weah government. I try to bring off an analysis because when you want to do this analysis, there are several other factors you want to take into consideration. There are several other factors you need to take into consideration. And when you take these factors into consideration, you know exactly who have work and who isn't doing anything. Let's be real. In 2018, at about this time, when George Weah was elected, Liberians were still celebrating that, yes, Liberians will not be spectator to their economics. I want you to hold me, or I want you retrospect, or I want you to ruminate on things that I'm saying right now. It happens in the past. We try to compare it with the present, but then we find it difficult to compare. Why? Because the expectation is high. So now here is what happened. In 2018, when former President George Weah took on office in 2018, one of his messages that got Liberians on their feet and knew that yes, Liberia will rise again was during his inaugural speech when he said Liberians will no longer be a spectator of the economies. Trust me, take it from me, if you can think about 2018, you'll know exactly what I'm telling you. So when he made that pronouncement in his speech, the entire Liberia went wild, as if Liberia were playing another country in Liberia schools. When he said Liberians will no longer be a spectator to the economies, the whole country shouted, wow. So from that standpoint now, that was the expectation of the Liberians. Failing to have realized that if you make such a statement, it is an open statement. How are we not going to be a spectator? Nobody cares. But all the Liberians thought was a spectator is to go on the pitch and watch the game. So if you are no longer going to be a spectator, meaning you are going to go play the game. That's how we digested, former President George Weah's speech. Now, we felt that we did not actualize, or George Weah government did not actualize the economic aspect, given the fact that he gave us the hope that we're not going to be a spectator to our economies. Now we move on to the RS agenda. RS came in. That is the rescue. Rescue came in and make it look like everything the people told you that lie. In fact, they should have done far better than what they think they have done or they are doing. So before then, there are a few other projects. I stand to be corrected. There are a few other projects we have started, I think, in 2018. They didn't go far, but the project speed up in 2019 to 2020. I think if I stand to be corrected, the Johnsonville project, that Johnsonville rule, should be one of those projects when he took on the Doe community. I think Doe community rule. So rule as a whole, that holding on to rule. So when he took office in 2018, so he could not have done everything because you have not digested what exactly all of the Liberians will need. And this is a serious mistake that every government would do or will have when they come to power. Why? Because they feel they can please everybody at the same time, and it is not possible. They feel they will listen to the noise, everybody will make, and then they go to the side, they think they can go, and satisfy a few people, and it is not also possible. So I think on one of my presentation, I told the people that if a government needs to succeed, a country needs to succeed, that country should have a policy, a developmental policy. That country should have a succeeding mandate. That country should have a demanding and a constitutional succeeding mandate. That means if John Brown was the president of the Republic of Liberia, John Brown decided to buy a bathing tub for his friend Paul Brown in accordance to the Constitution. If John Brown went and paid $20 and the tub is $40, When Mary comes on, Mary should pay the Ballon $20 to complete the payment of John Brown dollar top. So that's what we call constitutional, mandate. So if you want to look at the developmental constitutional mandate, that is the government that they can always bring to us and lie to us and say it is a government of continuity. But they have misinterpreted the word continuity. So if you say government of continuity, that means the former president, every other project the president initiated and had them incompleted, the current president should be the one to implement those projects and complete or delegate them. So now we come on to power with hate and malice. We make it. I come into President Bwaka 1 year. Just somebody say, why you talk about we are for a year? You talk about Bwaka for a year. I'll talk about Bwaka for a year. But I talk about the hate that these president, the leaders, not only the president, the lawmaker, the senators, that is, the representative, the senators can come with. Even some of the ministers can come with hate. So when they come with hate, they make it law that the person who was serving the position was incompetent and incapacitated to serve the position. So it was a mistake that the person, whoever appointed or elected that person, was in error. How the people, our leader in Liberia, can make it law that. And that's true. How they can make it law that. But who told you that if the president or a lawmaker, maybe a lawmaker, started buying an ambulance for a district that costs 45,000, the lawmaker paid 20,000. Who told you that if you can't ask a lawmaker and pay the balance 25,000, it means that you will not be counted, you will not be whole in record that yes, it was this person who brought the ambulance, the person started. So you know why I'm saying these things is because a lot of us read history in school. All right. Today, that the reason I started with the John Kese, the King Long Peter, King Nazola, when it comes to the settlers. So all of the kings, they play their parts. Now one of them had absolute control to have done everything. But the person will play his part and leave, the person come and play their part and go. So because of the parts they play, that what got us in Africa today. So everything we are enjoying is because of those kings. Everything we're suffering is also because of those kings. And the decision made by the Americans that the black were getting too much, so that they needed to send them back to Africa. So today, if we're talking about President Joe Bwaka has the authority and everything possible to complete projects that former President George Weah initiated. He will not take President Joseph Bwaka's skin off. History will record that former President George Weah started the project and was completed by President Joseph Bwaka. A reference, in Bon County, a library was being built, furnished by a representative, a former representative, Adam Bill Conner, was dedicated. Let's say it was not dedicated rather, but it was built and furnished by Adam Bill Conner, former representative. He called former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and he dedicated the building to former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and said, I built this library and I'm giving it to you to give it to the people of Salah District in Bon County. Today, history is there. The building, the inscription on the building is Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Library, donated by former Representative Adam Bill Conner. Who told you that Bill Conner will not be there? Bill Conner will be there. So in history or in English, when you say donated, it means that the source comes from the person who donated. So whoever might have donated is a serious contributor to the person who is receiving. So former President Ellen received the building, and everybody knows that The building was built or constructed by former Representative Aaron Bill Corner and given to former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. So they named the building Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Library, donated by former Representative Aaron Bill Corner. Something that we all can see on the various government cars around here: Ministry of Education, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Finance Ministry. We will see a vehicle donated by the Indian government to the Liberian government, or the Liberian government, and sent to the health ministry. So you see donated by the Indian government, you know that they car came from India. And how it can be. So if every government would take into consideration that the person started the project, but then I have to come in and end the project, everybody will be alleviated. That scratch zero thing we own, things will change. But we haven't taken into consideration that we have to follow the mark. Now, we move on to the President Joe Bwaka 1 year administration. Don't bother, I'll open the line. People want me to open the line, but not now. I'll open the line. So we move on to President Joe Bwaka. President Joe Bwaka, first year in office, we experienced a lot, could be positive or negative. Now, we want to commend the president for the road construction or rehabilitation in Lofa County. The thing here is that any sitting president, when there is a major renovation or rehabilitation on the road, especially coming from the central government or central government account, it means that we should hail that president because of what we think they have done for us. So it's not about hate, right? So the president, Joe Bwaka, had done extremely well on the road in Lofa County. I just received a message, and let me tell you, I'm clear. This is the reason why sometimes I will tell you that my own analysis on governance don't count about your feeling. No, it's about what I think I have seen, what I have read about, and what I think will happen. That's how my analysis can come about. So you don't expect me to just come over, but we'll get there. So Joseph Bwaka is being commended, and I'm telling you that we hail him for the rehabilitation of Lofa County Road. Our general manager Kurusawa came from there of recent. When he went to do or conduct the assessment for our branch, Voice of Liberia branch, to be established in Zoso, he came back. He told me, he said, but man, the road in Lofa County, despite the time frame the government gave the Liberian people in the first 100 days, but Lofa County road, is under a very good atmosphere. It's good. We hail him for that. You know why I want to hail the president for that? You and myself sitting in Monrovia, we don't have the means to make farm. But the people in Lofa County, as is being observed and accepted, widely that Lofa is the bread basket of Liberia. Whether that was those days, whether we still experiencing or accepting that yes, they are still, until a survey can be conducted, they still hold on that title, right? It is okay. So when the manager came back and told us that the road to Lofa County is being paved or is being rehabilitated, I was impressed. I had never been to Lofa. I've been in almost all the county. The only county I've never been to Lofa. So I said, okay, but then that was great. Then he told me, he said, I wanted you and myself to go Lofa. Well, I thought the road was bad because he carried his car. And his car is not that kind of car that could stand the pressure of a mud. So he thought was he would have left the car in Banga. But when he got to Banga, the people told him that the road connecting from Banga to another, I don't mean, sorry, I already know that, right? Yeah, they told him that the road was paved. So he was going, said he was scared and he was worried. So he thought he would need a car in another town. When he got there, the people told him, in fact, the one you just roll on is bad than the one you can get on. So he was impressed. He went and slept there. The time, in fact, he called me that he was making way back to Monrovia. When he called me that he was in Banga, I was shocked. So it means that the president did well in his first, 100 days. So not 100 days now, but the first 1 year. I'm not looking at the 100 days. So 100 days could be somewhere around 3-4 months, 3 months and a half, 100 days. because if you're taking like 30 days, 30 times 3 at 90, so that 3 months and a half. So that was the assurance the Unity Party government gave us. Now we move on to the comparison now, right, to George Weah. George Weah put quota on the Johnsonville rule since Johnsonville got established, or Liberia got established and got independent 1847. We started experiencing people living in Johnsonville 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. George Weah was the person who carried quota rule there. And you understand? This is how I do my analysis. So Boaka now took rule and carried to Lofa County. Somebody want to come back and politicize and say because of Boaka home. No. It's not issue about Boaka home. Yes, we accept that Boaka home, but the people living there, now all of them related to Boaka. So people who live in there too, they are also Liberians. Now, we let it be. We look at the issue of President Joe Boaka, he took to the southeast. Though we experience a lot, and up to now, the Ministry of Public Work is yet to tell us the current status of that rule, or this information is to tell us, because information will get the detail from Public Work as to what have been done there, and they will inform us as citizens to let us know that yes, the rule in the southeast have been rehabilitated. So when they came up with that 100 days deliverable, which rule was also being included, and then we saw that they did a massive renovation, that's not renovation, but rehabilitation on the southeast rule. But then in less than 1 month, the road got bad more than even what it was. So we started shifting the blame on the government. But if you're shifting the blame on the government, there is a particular arm of the government that is so responsible for such a mixed rehabilitation that has to do with the Public Work Ministry. So when they talk about Public Work Ministry, they didn't do well. I said, well, Liberian people are the judges. The same way 12 will come out, even 12, will come on and say the Liberian people are the judges. Yes, Liberian people are the judges. So Liberian people, we open the line. Everybody call and say, yes, the president, we commend the president for that. But there are a lot to still be done on the southeast road. Up to now, we yet to know and understand what is happening there. So now we done with the Lofa County rule. Even if it is a priority that the president say his hometown should be clean, or it was because of the 164th anniversary, let's say the 64th anniversary, that the Bon, Nimba, Grand Jide, and Lofa, those 4 counties were established in 1964. So whether it was because of their anniversary, because Joe Boaka, the president, was going to Lofa County because of that anniversary. The 4 counties were established in 1964. Nimba County, Grand Jide County, Bon County, and Lofa County. So they just had their anniversary. So we don't know as to whether because the president was also going there that the reason why they faced that play for the president to pass there quick. Because we saw something similar when the president was going to the funeral service of the late Charles Salif. They came around ready from Voice of Liberia, the poor cross rag here, make it look everything was okay. The next 1-2 days, everything was also done. So maybe somebody will say, okay, yeah, that was the reason too. So I'm also like speaking to make it look like I could speak for the left-minded and could speak for the cruel-minded. The cruel-minded person could have his reason of every doubt. The left-minded could have a reason to convince the doubt. So I'm speaking in a capacity where you will understand that, yes, if I'm not on this side, I'm on this side. If I'm not on this side, I'm not on this side. So I'm not speaking to say, Lola, I'm taking side with any other person. No. So now the Southeast rule had not been touched. So it seems to be like maybe the president did that rule because you're going there. Somebody could say so too, right? And then somebody could also say, yes, you're going there, but it is also a relief to the people of Lofa County. If it is a relief, then when would the president go to the Southeast? So another relief could be given to the people of the Southeast, so that from Buchanan to Riverside, from Riverside to Sino, from Sino to Grand Gita, or you go to Grand Crew before going to Maryland. Because that's the road connection now. That's the map connection. From Basel, you get to River Cess. From River Cess, at least with you, if you want to go to Sino, or yeah. So when you're in Sino, it is with you to go to Grand Gita, or you go to Grand Crew. So at least if you get a Grand Crew, you want to go to Maryland, or you come out of Grand Gita, go to Maryland, or you come out go to Nimba, it's up to you too. So the question could be, when would the president, grab the understanding that yes, the people in the southeast will need, a rehabilitation of their roads. Yeah, so somebody just text me. Management. The cash giveaway is on. Let me inform you. Today we're giving out 20,000. The cash giveaway is on. We're giving out 20,000. And if you play with 200 Liberian dollars, you're going to be in the draw for 20,000 Liberian dollars. If you play with 200 Liberian dollars, you're going to be in the draw for 20,000 Liberian dollars. So a 200 LD could give you a 20,000 LD on such a great Friday. The fact that all of us spend the Christmas, we ate almost all of the money, but the low one we still got like the 200, the 300, the 400. We could just make use of the low one we got so that something better can come out of the 200 or the 300 we got to prepare us for the new year. So the code is *799 *20#. You okay. The reason you put in 20 beyond the *799 is because you want to win 20,000. Is that why you want to tell me say you don't want to win 20,000? So you put in *799 *20# because at 20,000 you want to win. *799 *20#. You okay. You're going to play with like 200 Liberian dollars, right? Right upon you playing the 200 Liberian dollars, you're going to be automatically in the draw for the 20,000 Liberian dollars. Now, here's another option. If you play with the 200 just one time, you are in the draw only to win 20,000 Liberian dollars. Then, if you are opportune to play 2 times in row, that means you dial *799 *20#. You okay. The option will come, you play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. You finish that for one. Then you dial again *799 *20#. You okay. The option can you play with 200 LD or $1.50. You get in another one. So here is the opportunity and the great news about playing 2 times. If you play 2 times in row, you stand to benefit a bonus of 10,000. All those that are going to play 2 times in row will stand a chance to win 10,000. So for that bonus, before we can do the bonus draw, we can initially take 3 persons, 3 players to play. We give one person 10,000. So 3 persons, each 3 persons to play, we give them 10,000. So the good thing about it is that if you play with your *799 *20#, you play 2 times in row, it places you in the position of winning the first 10,000. And when you win the 10,000, the 2 times you ever play, it still allows you to win another 20,000. Right? So that means you're going to be in a draw for 2 separate draws. When we do the 10,000 draw, your name could appear. When we do the 20,000 draw, your name could also appear. And you see how beautiful the game is, right? So if you play the 2 times, you stand to win the first bonus of 10,000. And we're always taking 3 persons to play. 3 persons. So that's the reason why I can always say you got to be fast. We will take the first 3 persons to play. Then we do the draw and give one person 10,000. Then after then, we come back and do the 20,000 draw. But then it is possible that you can win the 10,000 as a one person, and the same person, it is also possible that you win the 20,000. Just that the same one code *799 *20#, you okay. Then when you play with your 200 LD 2 times, it put you in better position. It's not easily possible that you win, you miss all 2. Yeah. If you miss the 10K, you get a 20K. If you miss the 20K, you get a 10K. If you get a high luck, you can win the 10K and win the 20K. That 30K right there, you alone. 2 times you play, you can win 30,000. So the code remain the same, *799 *90#. Sorry, *799 *20#. Because 20,000 you're playing for. *799 *20#. You okay. Play 1 time and be in a 20,000 draw. You play 2 times, you'll be in a 10,000 draw, and at the same time, you be in a 20,000 draw, meaning you in the 20 and you in the 10. So when God bless you, you can win the 10 and win the 20, you alone at 30K, right? So once you play and win, we come back, we transfer you your money, and there's no doubt about that, and there's no if or N. And I don't want anybody thinking that, they play, they win their money, and nobody ever transfer their money to them. The testimony can be, I just play here, I don't play here. Okay, I just play 2 times here, you win the match. So that's how it's going to be. So once you play the game and you win your money, we call you and transfer your money. So *799 *20#, you okay, you walk away with, you stand a chance to walk away with your 20,000 Liberian dollars, or you won't win the bonus of 10,000 Liberty. But the bonus, you got to play 2 times. So when we come back, we conclude on Kula Fofana being under pressure or fire for her alleged Facebook post. And I'm serious about this, right? It sounds like a mockery to us as Liberians who are not working or on government salary. So shortly we come back, we'll talk about that. And I want to do the first draw of the bonus of 10,000 Liberian dollars. And once I come back, I do the draw of the 10,000 Liberian dollars bonus. I will transfer the person money, and after transferring, then we're going to Kula Fofana issue, right? So there's no doubt about it. And of course, I'm waiting for you. *799 *20#. Okay, play 1 time, you're in the draw for 20,000. 2 times, you're in the draw for 10,000, and in the same draw for 20,000, you play 2 times. So you play 2 times, you're in for 10 and you're in for 20. So when God blesses you, you're going to win the 10 and going to win the 20,000. So that 30,000 right there for you. Don't say I don't tell you. Bro, I tell you.
Showing allegiance, showing loyalty to this nation, Liberia. The red on the flesh is for bravery. The white on the flesh is for purity. The star is for republic, the blue sea is for black people. We know Liberia is home. The Declaration of Independence was signed in 1847. 11 nations of people, we are known as First Republic. The Lone Star shining evermore. Of Liberia, it's flying all the time. Show your allegiance, show your loyalty to this nation, Liberia. If my people who are over money, we humble themselves and seek my face, I will rise and heal their nation. Liberia will rise again. Nations will come to your rising. I prophesy. Kingdom will come to your light. Together, let's keep the peace. Cause in unity we will build our nation. Arise, Liberia, arise. Arise and take your place. Whatever the workers are eating, arise and take your place. The flag of Liberia is flying up. Showing allegiance, showing loyalty to this nation. Liberia, in union, success is showing loyalty to this nation. Liberia, in unity, in union, success is shown. In unity, we will build our nation. In unity, Liberia, we focus on the flag of Liberia is flying on the time.
And indeed, the flag of our country, Liberia, is all what we think we have as a symbol. That just in case if you travel to America or any other country, it could help you a lot to like tell the people that yeah, this is your true identity. and like I told you, right, I gave you the story earlier. The people who were living from Sierra Leone, when they saw the Liberian flag and the American flag, you know, they could not, distinguish, the different types of flag. So the Sierra Leoneans saw the one star and they thought that American people, they thought it was the American ship, and they got in there. And when they got into they could not do what they wanted, and And however, the higher it went. So when they saw themselves, guess what? I told you to guess, right? Nobody has ever guessed, as to where the people met themselves. But however, they saw themselves to the free port of Monrovia. So instead of them seeing themselves in Washington, D.C., yeah, because during the war, every country that part of the United Nations, they can be a help runner, to these countries. So especially when the war intensify. So when the Sierra Leone war intensify, the Liberian war intensify as well. So there was a ship in Freetown, and they were looking for people, who wanted to go America, so they can have a release, so they can be safe in the war. So like I told you, the men they didn't know the Liberian flag from the American flag. So they directly took the Liberian flag to replace the American flag, because given the fact that Liberian flag got just one star, so they thought yeah it was actually America, and they got on a ship to come to Liberia. They didn't know, they thought it was America, and at the end of the whole thing spoiled when they saw themselves the free port of Monrovia. They say, that year we were coming. They say, yo, that year, and the high end there. So I want us to take the first draw of our 10,000 quickly. I'm going to do the draw, the first 10,000. Star 799, star 20 hatch. You okay? Play with just 200 Liberian dollars to win 20,000 Liberty. Or if you play 2 times in row, you stand to win yourself 10,000 LD, the first 10,000 in bonus, and win the next 20,000 in regular. The total could be 30,000 Liberty right here. Shortly, I come up with the draw before we go to our next discussion. 3 persons to play, and we have the first 2 persons here. Then we for the last person, and then we do the draw right here.
On the flesh is forever. The white on the flesh is for purity. The star is for republic. The blue sea is for black people. We know Liberia is our home. The Declaration of Independence was signed in 1847. 11 days to the people, we are known as First Republic. The Lone Star shining evermore. Of Liberia is flying on the time. Show your allegiance, show your loyalty. work over money. We humble themselves and seek my face. I will rise and heal their nation. Liberia will rise again. Nations will come to your rising. I prophesy. Kingdom will come to your life. Together, let's keep the peace. Cause in unity we will build our nation. Arise, Liberia, arise. Arise and take your place. Whatever the locals are eating, arise and take your place. The flag of Liberia is flying on. Showing allegiance, showing loyalty.
Okay, so showing loyalty in union sources is sure. That means if we all come together as Liberians, we will succeed as a nation. So whether be a sedition, be a UPist, be it an MDR, NPP, we need to come together, and Liberia will be a great nation, and because Liberia is our home.
We prophesy long life. We prophesy prosperity. We prophesy peace in this nation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of Liberia and to the republic for which it stands, one nation.
So my people are still trying to figure out the winner. That's what I'm trying to do here. Yeah. So while waiting for the people to respond, while waiting for them to respond. Okay. Yeah. So while waiting for them to respond, I think we have to do our last, discussion, then open the line, because waiting for them anyway. We have to wait for them because they have to give us instruction that yes, everything is okay. So star 799 star 20 hatch. Okay, play with just $200 Liberian dollars. Get in the draw and win yourself 10,000 Liberian dollars. Upon you playing 2 times in a row, you stand to win yourself 20,000 Liberian dollars. Okay, so we're going to close up to open the line. Before we open the line, it's going to be on the issue. It's going to be on the issue of KOLLEH Fofana. This appears to be a mockery, and it is a serious mockery. Something we have not experienced or observed in our terrain of our political existence. But KOLLEH Fofana, the press secretary, will make it look like some of us who are a supporter or some of the government officials, or some of us who are relatives to people who work in government, they want to make it look like we are liability. They want to make it look like we don't have sense. They want to make it look like they can change things at any time. They want to make it look like anything they say that they found out. And we want to be bold to them and tell them, say, not everything you just say here and expect us to subscribe and accept. Sometimes too, we have to tell the people that yes, this is the right thing or this is the wrong thing. So of recent, before the Christmas, fellow Liberians, the press secretary KOLLEH Fofana wrote on her page, and when she wrote on her page, I want to give a credit to Smart News Liberia. She wrote on her page, and what she wrote on her page, I'll read it. But then what she wrote tends to be a mockery, a fun out of us as Liberians, to make it look like you don't want work at your business. All they know, what they wonder, they get it. The how it tend to be, that how the interpretation of what she wrote tend to be. So, okay, let me just run through it. KOLLEH Fofana on fear. They say on fire for alleged Facebook post mocking Christmas struggle. A purported Facebook post by Madam Kula Fofana, press secretary to President Joseph Boakai, has generated outrage on social media, drawing shipped criticism from citizens accusing her of insensitivity and arrogance. The post, reportedly made on Christmas Eve and later deleted, so she deleted it, reads, the post she posted, now reading the post now, that's what she posted and she deleted. She said, the government is not responsible for how you plan your life from January to December. Besides, all of us are not Christian. So why complain about Christmas being hard? JMB will fix it next year, please. That's what she wrote, eh? Although Madam Fofana denied posting the statement, dismissing it as cheap propaganda, the damage was done. Social media users flooded the platform with criticism, accusing her of disrespecting citizens, struggle during a challenging holiday season as failing to show empathy for the Christmas majority in Liberia. Prominent voices, including Peter C. Dopo, expressed deep disappointment in an open letter to her. He wrote, your recent post is deeply concerning and, in my view, it is one of the most reckless statements of 2024. It undermines the delegation and resilience of our people who endure both rain and sun to ensure that President Joseph Boakai Sr. leads our nation today. I sincerely hope such an act of carelessness does not occur again. So I wanted to post, I wanted the comments on the post she did that. She said, boy. Another commenter, known as my younger son, highlighted Liberia's history of religious tolerance, stating, as you said, you are a Muslim, and what you are enjoying is the religious tolerance that Christians have always shown. Liberia is a Christian nation. That's what the president commented. And even our Declaration of Independence was signed in a church. Posts like yours will only make us lose faith in giving the administration honor chance. Please focus on building bridges, not tearing us apart. Another person commented. All of such as Akwe Kofa. Yeah, and all of person, yeah, all of people they accuse Fofana of arrogance, using her to acknowledge, wondering rather than dismiss the issue. So Madam Fofana reported by denying responsibility for the post, calling it propaganda and made at tarnishing her reputation in a counter statement. That's what she said. The incident comes on the heels of President Joseph Boakai's recent controversial remarks during the 60th anniversary celebration of county status from Bong, Grenjide, Lofa, and Nimba in Vonjama. Let me go again. The incident comes on the heels of President Joseph Boakai's recent controversial remarks during the 60th anniversary celebrations of counties status for Bong, Grenjide, Lofa, and Nimba counties in Vonchama. The president allegedly stated, We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt. Listen to it. We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money. I beg you all, the money should be used to bless our people. The remark have further fueled debates about the administration's commitments to accountability and transparency. I want you to go back to it and I'm going to read it again. Yeah. The president, they said the incident comes on the heel of President Joseph Boakai's recent controversial remarks during the 60th anniversary celebration of county status for Bon, Grangide, Lofa, and Nimba in Vonjama. The president allegedly stated, "We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money. I beg you all, the money should be used to bless our people." And the remark have further fueled debates about the administration's commitment to accountability and transparency. Critics urge that incidents like these highlight the administration's struggle to manage public relations effectively. The criticism against Fofana's alleged post reflects broader frustration with the government perceived indifference to citizens' economic hardship. So the whole thing happened like this, my people. The president Joe Parker, before the president Joe Parker could make a remark, or let's say the president made a remark when they went, like I think earlier I told you that the 4 counties had their anniversary the time they got established. The time they were being recognized as counties in Liberia was 1964. All of these 4 counties were established 1964. I told you before, right? So now it has been alleged that in a remark by the president, he made a remark that he wants to encourage the people who are stealing, or the people who are stealing the country money or wire money, but they should use it in Liberia. A statement that retrospect, if I'm retrospecting and remelating on a statement made by former presidential secretary Natana Mange. Natana Mange, who made a statement in Bangabong County that people accusing us of stealing the Liberian money, but we're stealing and building house. Natana Mange made that statement. We got recording for it. So if he made that statement that yes, the people accusing us of stealing, and we're stealing and building things in Liberia and using it in Liberia and using it on Liberians, boop. Opposition, the then opposition, the Union Party came out and said Natana Mange have exposed the weakness of the government, that is stealing money. Why must he even say he's spending in Liberia? The thing he's spending in Liberia on, if for all the Liberians, they started measuring Natana Mange woman, let's say man grave, his wife birthday celebration, the house he built on the island. They talk a lot about him. Now we come back to this statement, the alleged statement made by the president. So if the president would make such a statement that they encourage, or they are encouraging people to steal, but they steal and work and use it in Liberia. So what is the difference between his statement and the statement from more I got it, Natana Mange, Minister of State, former Minister of State Natana Mange made? Yeah, former Minister of State Natana Mange. So a former Minister of State Natana Mange made such a statement. Now the president is being alleged that the president made this statement when they went to Lofa County. So after this statement being allegedly made and exposed by the president and the citizens of Lofa County and journalists from Lofa County, Kula Fofana went on air. Kula Fofana posted. She allegedly posted that the people who, it is not the government responsibility that people think that the Christmas is so hard. Let me read what she wrote. The government is not responsible for you. I hope you're reading it. You're listening to it, right? So after the president Joe Walker made a statement that, Lester made a statement that people will steal, or they encourage people to steal and use it in Liberia. She posted before the Christmas. That was on Monday, Leslie. She wrote and said, the government is not responsible for how you plan your life from January to December. Besides that one, she came and said, all of us are not Christians. So why complain about Christmas being hard? Amen. Let's be real. Let's call space for space. Religiously, I don't want to go this route, right? But if you want to go religiously, the Christians can also be in consideration or in celebration of the Muslims' Abraham Day. The Christians can also observe and respect the Ramadan. So even if this is a particular holiday given to the Christians, it should be respected as well. So if the Muslims, let's say if the Christians will also respect the Muslims of their Abraham Day and respect them of their Ramadan days, right? Or their Ramadan. So that means the Muslims too should also respect the Christians of their Christmas Day. So now it is not bounding that you force them to celebrate it. But it should not be coming from a public figure like you, Kula Fofana, to tell somebody, say, everybody is not a Christian. So that means you who feel you are a Christian, you celebrate your day, in fact, it should be restricted. No. If this statement was ever made by Kula Fofana, something that the news allied, Smart News Liberia, telling us that she posted and she had deleted the post following serious comments against her own post. She deleted the post. It means it's not a good thing for her. Because you know why? Kula Fofana had almost signed all of the appointment made by President Joseph Walker. So that means if she's speaking, Walker is in the know, regardless of her using your own page, right? So every appointment that is being made by President Joe Walker is being signed by Kula Fofana. Minister Odewo, director, is being signed by Kula Fofana. Press secretary, the executive mansion. So if the press secretary will come out and make such statement that Christians or Liberians should not complain because the Christmas is high, the government is not responsible for how you plan your life from January to December. So now what is the sole responsibility of the government? To protect its citizens. Where the protection comes from? Is it only to provide police or AFL? No. When you talk about the economic protection, where it comes from? The welfare protection, where it comes from? Who provides the economic protection? Is it not the government? Who provides the welfare protection? Is it not the government? Who provides the environmental protection? Is it not the government? So if you come out and make such a statement, it creates panic among Liberians. Then people who are an associate of the Unity Party, who feels that anything the Unity Party does, it is right. People who feel that anything the Unity Party does is wrong, they plunge into an argument. They make serious noise. Isn't that a good thing for our environment? And it is obvious that you experience these things. It is not good for us. So we want to categorically say this. If the press secretary ever said that the government is not responsible for how you plan your life, And you know the reason why it's not also far from being a truth? It is because when the president always allegedly said, also allegedly said that, let me read the president on a statement, right? If the president allegedly said that, your recent post, okay, the president said that, though they want to encourage those who are stealing. The president incident comes on the heel of President Joseph Boakar's recent controversial remarks during the 60th anniversary for Bon Lofar of the year. Nikimi said, the president allegedly stated, we want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money. So that means if the president said it won't, it means automatically Wakula Fofana said too, because anywhere there is a smoke, there's a fire, or anywhere there's a fire, there's a smoke, right? So anywhere you see smoke, fire there. So these two statements made by the president and his press secretary, you don't see too much lies into it. You see it to be like they are corresponding. Why? If the president will allegedly say that he wanted to encourage people who want to be corrupt and steal money, but you use it in Liberia, so what is the distance of this statement with the statement made by the press secretary to tell us that the government is not responsible for how you plan your life from January to December? Now, if you say so, the government not responsible, yes, the government not responsible. But what is the job creation from the government to the citizens? So if everyone is employed, you made that kind of statement and say, yeah, that's true. But how many people are employed? How many people? You got the unemployment rate higher than the employment rate. The government employees lower 25% to the entire population of the country. So if you're making such statement, it means that you're not really, it means that you're not following issues. It means that you got a position at the expense of the people. It means that you just want to get everything, for yourself. And trust me, Liberians are good at paying people. Liberians, what I know that they can be fooled sometimes one time, but not twice. So if people will make such a statement and wanting to go scot-free, it's not a good thing. And we are informed that she deleted the post because I'm sure that people around the president's cycle or around her cycle will tell her that the post she made, will not be okay, but people screenshot it. But one thing I want you to know today, the executive mansion, soon the executive mansion post anything in 1 minute time, thousands of people will see it. They will screenshot it and have it kept. Kulavo Fana, you're on the spotlight. Jeremy Pierre, all of the ministers of the government, they are on the spotlight. So any single thing, even a birthday post you post, people will read it and have it digested or concluded in their understanding, a foreign understanding. That even is not what you thought about, but they will bring it in the sense that this is what the feed that you said. And when they have those things concluded, they blame or shift the blame on you. So when you want to come back now, it becomes late. So this is what the press secretary allegedly said following the remark by the president Joe Boakar in Lofa County. How many people working with government? So everybody working with government say, yeah, if you working with government, you playing your life, yeah, I want to deal with you. Yeah, everybody will say, yeah, that's true. How many people working with government? The unemployed are more than the employed. So you want to make a statement, given the fact, the statistics that the unemployed more than the employed, it doesn't make sense. It implies that sometimes these people will make these statements because they feel that they want to celebrate a few group of people. And I don't want to, if this is the truth, right? We try to authenticate. I don't want to making it look like you want to create a confusion between the Christians and the Muslims. No, fellow Liberians, there should not be a confusion between the Christians and the Muslims. Christians and Muslims have lived together, and especially in Liberia, I think we are far away from trouble, far away from quarrel. So you talk about not everyone is a Christian. Yes, Christmas is a Christian holiday. That's reality. but it is one of the most celebrated holiday, if not the most one of, but I stand to be corrected is the most. Why? Because the number of Christian countries in the world, more than Islam or more than the Jews, if not the Jews, but the Buddhists, the Hindus, I stand to be corrected. But that's not what we're discussing right now. That's not what we're discussing. We respect the view of all of us, and everything should be on course. But if you made such a statement that, given the fact that everyone is not a Christian, when did you hear say somebody tell you say that the Muslims should not celebrate the Abraham Day? When did you hear a pastor or a bishop come out to say the Muslims should not celebrate Ramadan? So if it being alleged that you use the word that everyone is not a Christian, it's a religious conflict that you want to bring, considering the fact that everything you post or everything e-marketing, the executive marketing have posted about employment or appointment, you have been the one to sign it. So if you make such a remark, and then everyone will feel that the president Joe Baka is in the know of your writing. Perhaps the president might not know, but you decided to do what you think you can do, but isn't a good one for you as a press secretary. So we're going to go to the line and open the line quickly. Then we move from there. We draw a winner quickly. 0770907907. We let's get a reaction on this one. Yeah, 0770 907 907 0770 907 907 0770 907 907. This person on the line. Hey, sorry. I mistakenly pressed a button that I should not have. Yeah. Okay, this person on the line. Hello.
Yeah, Melvin, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is David King.
David King, yeah. How are you, David? Long time. Merry Christmas, bro, and happy prosperous New Year.
Nothing in the Christmas of Mary. Just tell me, happy Christmas.
No. You see, we are telling people to be careful with their choice of word. That's my choice of word. Merry Christmas, sir. Even if you ever drink, oh my word. David King is off. Let me see how I can do an adjustment here. I'm trying to do an adjustment here. Yeah, the line gone off. David King, you got a problem. Yeah. David King don't want me. Yeah, okay. I think we'll have to use the Lone Star. Line. The orange line is off. So I think we'll have to use the Lone Star line. Let me see how best I can to freak it out right here. Let me figure out the Lone Star line so I can call it to you, and then you can be the one to call me on the Lone Star. So I think we want to use the Lone Star line. I'm people are begging you. Yeah. So you can call on 0886 029 326 0886 029 326. You can call me on the number. I'm begging you. The orange line isn't too good. Okay, we got the color on the line. Let's see how we talk to this person. Hello?
Hello?
Your name and where you call from?
Okay, this is Lawrence Brown calling from district number 11.
Lawrence who?
Brown.
Yeah, Mr. Brown, let's hear you. Welcome, sir.
Okay, thank you for the show. You know, the show, I just listened to it.
Lawrence, I beg you now. Off your radio behind you now.
Okay. I said I just listened to the show. Our former lawmaker who was running Greg Kibakante. District number 2 today, and because the press secretary, I listen to kind of remark to elaborate people that you're just saying.
Okay.
I already forget because they feel that they are happy already. So these are the people that will be good lawmaker who will be telling you the city today. And because of the United Party, TK, like they win and you tell elaborate people that 2 words that we will take. that everybody is not Christian. We agree. But when you're running a campaign, you're not really campaign to know that who are Christian, who are Muslim. It's not because you didn't win. And what you're just saying, that local you talk about unemployment of the Liberia, is a government is not responsible for playing your left. That will look at big money, people are down as a press secretary for correcting my countries. Where you are running campaign, people down there, up to now, no result, you are telling Liberia people that the way you play your left will change over to December. The government is not responsible.
Yeah, that's what I say.
So, it's just surprising to the Liberia people. We are in the boy, they're taking 6 years to be the long year. I also want to remind Joseph Nyamagwaka that the reason he took the power, I was the same thing with the past government did. We came back and we see the company people, we're going to start going against them because family, they're just putting people down. So they will not feel that they are locking people or they are good. That's why they won the election. But if they like contest again, then they must treat the library the way they can treat them. Thank you for the call.
All right, thank you, sir. You're welcome. Okay, sorry that we're only using the Lone Star. Yeah, 0886 029 326. We are now actually using the orange line. Sorry, I'm very sorry for that. 0886 029 326. And later this person. Hello. Yeah, David King.
No, not David King.
Oh, sorry. Okay, let's hear you. Your name and where you join us from, sir.
Thank you very much. My name is Ali. What you call my Mexican family appointment running issue.
Mr. Family, how are you? Let's hear you, sir.
Thank you very much. Compliment decision.
Which you best in return, sir?
So, for me, I want to agree with the press secretary. You see, my brother, Labro is now for one group of people. Labro belongs to all of us. So I say we that from the Muslim background, when Ramadan coming, we can complain say, oh, while the government now prepare or solution for the Ramadan. So only when the Christmas coming, the president will prepare a lot of people because from Christmas coming, when Ramadan coming, will not prepare a lot of people.
No, my brother, hello. Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not actually that the government should go and divide rest. It's not what I think the accusation is about, right? So the thing here is that when you will complain or people will complain that the government is high, that means they are not finding their way through. So if they don't have a job under the regime, that makes that regime very hard to them. And it's obvious.
And you see, for me, like the plan I want to agree with people, brother, to be honest with you. You see,
no, that's your opinion, right?
We all vote for government to improve our life. We're not telling the government, say, oh, bring food, bring it to our house, give us money, play our party. What we're telling you, create an avenue so that we'll go there and work.
So these people, okay, so these people who are complaining too feel that the avenue has not been created. So do you have any avenue that has been created that you can recommend to them too?
Okay. I mean,
yeah.
So I think when you look at the government and then you listen to the finance minister, I think that one of the things the government really need to focus about creating job for the young people. Let me tell you.
So I come in now. Yeah, brother. Listen now. Listen, brother. Hello.
Yeah.
I don't give you the time. I give you one hour to talk to tomorrow morning,
no
right?
Problem.
Yeah. So you saying you think that the government should? That's why the finance minister, right?
Yeah.
Should look in the direction to create more job, right? You know what you're saying?
To create more job, yeah.
So the job had not been created. That the reason they both complaining.
Man, complain my brother. People will complain. You will not tell me say in the 1 year time. You expect for the government to create job for everybody. If the government get an opportunity, get the job back, the opportunity to get back and create job for everybody. They say total one move by here, sure.
Okay.
So if you see the government try to make trying to part example, adding money back on people's salary, the health worker, the police, the army. I think the government trying to some places, my brother, but for you to tell that the government not doing anything, though, for me, I want to do that. Thank you very much for the time.
All right. They didn't say government not doing nothing. They both say the Christmas high. So they're looking up to the government in providing job for them. 0886 029 326. Another person in the line. Let's talk to this person. Sorry that the orange is not on. Hello. Oh, the person going off. Another person on the line. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. Your name and where you join us from?
Well, I'm James Ross calling from the Bloodline community.
James, that's you, sir.
Thank you for your fascinating program this afternoon. I've been monitoring for some time now.
Okay.
You know, we don't have problem with some of these statements that were made by the president and the post that Kula Fufana posted on her page.
Okay.
You know, people just got problem that sometimes when they make mistakes, they're not in a position to come up properly and say, I made a mistake with what I have done. And so for that reason, they will lie just to get them at least going. But don't worry. I told people for me, I don't vote. I'm not a party man. But I know by the grace of God, 2029 is just around the corner. The same mistakes that the CDC-led government did today, former President George Weah is not in power. It's just the same mistakes that the people are making. And watch me. Mark this date. 2029, the people will flip their house. Now let's come back to the Muslims and what they say. All of the presidents that have been known for some time now that have been serving as president in Liberia, when it comes to Christmas, do they share rice or give money to Christians? I said no. When the people are going on the mount to pray, the Christians, do the government offer them money? No. The 40 days that the religious council of churches went for, did the government give them money? No. But when the Muslims are going to the pilgrimage to Mecca, they will have pockets or purse or wallet or money to carry them and bring them back and sustain them.
Does the weather come from the government?
Yes, it comes from the government.
Which angle of the government?
The government gets package always. But we shouldn't bring this into a public sentiment that it will create trouble in this nation. We need peace. We need actual peace. Marasari fought for this peace. We got the peace. John Weah came in. He maintained the peace. We asking President Bwaka to maintain this peace. We don't want to go back to the dark days. But you start using these statements. It's not altering work for we, the typical Liberians. We tired of running around. We are making our family, we're putting our broken pieces back together. These people are working people with something broke up. They will be in the iron bread leaving this country and will be left alone, killing ourselves. But we ask the Almighty God for His grace to rest upon this land that will not go back to the dark days. May God bless you and may God grant you safety. Happy Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank you all so much, sir.
Okay. Yes, hello.
Your name and where you join us from?
Okay, my name is Daniel B. KOLLEH Jr. and I'm joining you from Victoria District 3, outside the nation, Canada.
Daniel, let's hear you.
So quickly, let me say this. I think the government should find a solution to the problems that were being created in time past instead of them coming or telling us that the problem currently we are facing is not for their government. I think that statement is a statement that has the propensity to sometimes like derail our attention from the promises they made to us during the campaign period. And I want to be very much emphatic on this platform to tell President Joseph Boakai that he gave us so many promises, especially for the youthful population of this nation that constitute 60%. We are watching him with eagle eye, and any attempt to triple or to deviate from the promises they made to us. I'm so sorry to say, I think his own time is already finished, but any younger ones that are attached to them, we are going to punish them for that. So thank you for the time that put at me. It's so frustrating to be hearing kind about reckless or careless statement from them. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Yeah, okay. So he made his point. He made his point already. Another person on the line. Let's talk to this person. Hello.
Hello.
I beg you, if you can't go away from your radio, sorry, I will not continue with you on the line. We'll take another person over you. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Your name and where you joined us from?
This is Joshua Stobakore from Banave, Charles Market.
Hey, Jochi, how are you, sir?
Nambachi.
Welcome.
This country history too long. I don't just know what we discuss about LORINA because John will come the same picture what power before. This country history is very long. And for now, my brother, I will tell you for free. The cost that we look for, we're getting the price today. Unity Party people get out in Liberia a lot to us. And today, you and myself will be in the full weight. All the campaign matches is bring none is working. Since the government take over, they said 90 days, nothing we see in this country going on.
No. They didn't say. They didn't say 90 days. They said the first 100 days.
Okay, the 100 days. I think the 100 days have passed, right?
The 100 days has passed a long time. It was somewhere around March to April.
Okay. What are some of the implementation they made?
Well, I think, yeah. No, listen now. And you asked for what they have done.
Yeah.
Okay, so listen to me now, right? Maybe I don't know how far your meaning is, right? But then the government was instrumental on the rehabilitation of the Southeast Road. Especially the road from Basso to Riverside to Sino to Grand Maryland. And then the government was also looking at the road from Nimba to Grand there. So the focus entirely on road.
My brother, if even you are building road for people, it is why you be passing around to tell people the GB stealing. No, for me, I will always back Waka because of what going on in this country. We deserve it and we will get it. Waka, people know that he was not somebody who wants to serve this country. And the Liberian people look at him forcing in power to do things what he's supposed to do. And today, he coming over. Whenever you see government to send police to be on lawmaker, it happening in our country. He said nothing get and says that thing and I come up one day to condemn his police. You see that? So then which country are we living in?
No. Listen. The police work on instruction. So it is not the president to come out and condemn the police act. So on what basis you think the government will come out and condemn the police act, especially following the protest from the executive marshal?
The president, right?
Yeah.
They offer honor the president, right?
Yes, I agree. But then the government entirely has a mouthpiece called the information ministry.
For me, as I said, I will always back Waka because of what we look for. We didn't get in the president. Where was there? He was criminal. He was this and do a lot of things. And today, the rescue had come. So should be complaining. If you were Waka in this security around the be some poor, even if you don't get poor, you get what will come from all the leader. And they're saying he boasting of it, right? Okay. So let him go ahead and do anything he feel they're doing. Okay, chance to Waka, man. Let me do it work.
All right. Thank you, man. Thank you. You made a point.
Okay.
All right. 086-029-326. Another person on the line. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
This is David King.
David King, finally you are landed.
Yeah. Like I told you, there was nothing in this Christmas to merit about. And let us put it that way. You said something.
David King.
Yeah.
Anyway, proceed. At the end, we'll conclude. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. You said something which I favor with.
What's that?
The Southeast Road you're talking about, was it done by Mr. Wakai? These are rules. I was in the Southeast 2023, around October, going toward November, and I saw that road being
rehabilitated. Okay.
You said what, 2023?
2023, I saw that road being rehabilitated. I went around the 15 political subdivision of our country, and I saw that road being rehabilitated. I can simply say that to you. And the late Senator Prince Johnson can attest to that. He even on tape for saying that to you and myself and Liberian people. But that's the issue. Yeah, you also said Joe Baga to rule to Lufa. No, I said no to you. There were rule in Lufa, and George Via came and paved part of that road from Banga straight to Golu, on top of the hill, coming down to the bridge leading to Sarai. All right, that particular place, from that portion of the road straight to Sarai, LTR. That whole place was paved lateral, and on the other side was asphalt. That was the rule. Now, Joe Baga go to Lofa to celebrate a county independent day. I have never heard that before since I was born in Liberia, that counties have been celebrating independent day because Joe Baga has the money to waste. He don't care about Liberian people. So now he's celebrating the anniversary of Lofa County county status when they gained county status in 1960.
Yeah, Jerry, listen,
yeah.
Jerry.
Yeah.
Okay, now let me hold you there, right? So every government will have a priority, especially when it comes to some of the history making, right? So we saw like former President George Weah building a hospital and naming it after his number 14 jersey, which he played with in Europe and even in Africa. So he built a hospital and named it. I come in there. He built a hospital and named it after his number 14 jersey, that which we consider to be a history. He made in football. Now, considering the fact that Joe Baga going to honor an independence of these 4 counties does not come from, listen to me. It does not come from the it does not come from the backgrounds of Lofa alone, but rather Bong, Nimba, Lofa, and Grenjide. So even if there was a pavement or a rehabilitation of a road in Lofa because the president was going there, I think he deserved it because he's the president. So he deserved the number 1 starter of life than any other person in the country because number 1.
Let me say this to you.
I'm hearing you.
We are naming the hospital after the number 14 jersey. I think that hospital serving for the kind of purple. Even the annex that was to be built, which we are programmed for, Joe Baga went there the few times and breaking ground for the very annex. So I have not seen Joe Baga do anything. But the thing he's talking about, the 4 counties. The 3 counties came to be when people started making the very comment that I am making. So he made it now a collaborative process, bringing Grand Nima and Paul into the French. All right, because people were telling him, advisors were telling him, oh, Mr. President, when we do the thing, it will not look good. People are already started complaining. So just combine the thing, send the 4 counties, go independent at this time. Let it be done as a history making for the 4 counties. But then they would say Maryland, who was a country before, and John Liberia as a county. I think Maryland should be celebrating their own anniversary too. Because they are Maryland, one of the older counties in Liberia, aside from Lofa and Bom, Nima, and Grand Kida, they should be celebrating too.
Okay, so I come in. I think if my memory can set me right from my elementary history, Maryland founded in 1952.
You say what?
I think from my elementary day, my memory really set me free. Maryland founded in 1952.
Yeah, but 1965 and 1962, which one the French?
No, I said 65. The 4 counties were founded 65.
Yeah, and 52 and 65. Which one the French?
Okay, listen now. Listen now. 1964 and 1952, given the moms could be the one to contradict, or the moms could be the one to tell you that this person could come first before the person, not the year actually, but the moms.
But let me say this to you, my brother. This thing, it was just another sign that we Liberians never wanted to see happening because we got a lot of burning issues, my brother.
You're for the president.
No, I did not vote for Baka. God forbid.
I say yo, now you particularly.
God forbid.
I didn't
even animal that voting electability. I don't think that animal will even do that thing because we'll slaughter it as everything. But let me say this to you: Liberia has a lot of burning issues that we need to take care of. That the president is in knowing these things, and the president going further divide this country. This country right now, we are divided, my brother. Okay. We are divided. The president should be speaking to wars, unifying the country after election. But what we see for an official, like the statement made by Kula making statement because her father said so. All right? And she want to bring that religion something into it. But I can say to Kula, like people and presidency have always given much to the Muslim, they're giving much to the Christian. Even for the Christian, we want the church or churches in the country that you heard the president to do the right and cower to. But when Ramadan or Abraham did, you will just see the president, even the former president, even though he's not there as the president now, but he continued to donate to the Muslim community, and which Mr. Baka is doing the same. So no Christian community have been given rights or cover or financial assistance to go to Israel for pilgrimage. But every time they go to Mecca, the government of Liberia, through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, they will give them money to go for that pilgrimage. But nobody will have anything to say as a Christian and say, oh yeah, we are giving the president doing this for the our Muslim brothers and sisters. So we want to say to Kula, you should not bring that bad feeling between the Muslim and the Christian, because we have coexisted for a very long period of time, and we don't want the kind of thing to be happening. Let us stay somewhere and give a cheek to ourselves and our family people, not the Liberian people. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Oh, the country sometimes can be interesting politically. Yeah, so we got another person. I think we ought to like take one or two persons, then we'll go to the next discussion because we have another serious talk coming up.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Your name, where you joined us from quickly?
Thank you. This is the voice of Jared Mobile from district number 4.
Mr. Mobile, let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, thanks for the talking point. So I'd like to talk to you of the southeastern road that you talk about. I think that was in response to one of your callers. So, you made mention of the road being
rehabilitated. It means the road being there.
Was being paved by the
no, hello, not paved but rehabilitated. It means the road being there.
So maybe that was a beginning. Wow. So, yeah, let me go ahead with my point. So, yeah, rehabilitated. I consider rehabilitated.
Mm-hmm.
So the rehabilitation of the southeastern road did not start during the UPLA government, specifically the Waka government. As they're going on all of the leeward counties, the roads that connect the leeward counties, as they're rehabilitated over the years. Not even for the previous government or the Union Party government in the 12 years. It has been like on and on. So, if we try to like maybe give play or appreciation to the Waka government for the rehabilitations of the southeastern road, then it means that when the rehabilitation of the road, our person have come out after 1-2 months with complaint of the road being, the road condition being deplorable. I think we all monitor that. So, the present public work minister posted of 22 or requested 22 million for road rehabilitation, and you still see the dilapidated road conditions across the country. So I don't think the UPLA government, through the public work ministry, did something better for the interest of us as citizens, because we will soon be approaching. If now we are approaching the rainy season, And you see most of the vote, even in most of the other countries that you and I know, most of the vote are not even internal condition. All the way we are in a dry season. So just imagine as we approach the rainy season, that it means that we're going to come and cut another terrible vote conditions in this country. So the Union Party, though they have vote connectivity or vote as part of their red agenda, I don't think they are doing well when it comes to vote connectivity in this country. So we shouldn't be giving it ground, to stand that they are doing better when it comes to vote connectivity. All of the vote you saw them doing, or you see them doing was being initiated by previous governments. So I don't think we should be like if they understand as if they are better than one. All of the rules, they are the one that took us from grass to grace. No, the UPD government have done nothing when it comes to vote rehabilitation or whatever as of the day they took office. So the already deliverable came to a complete failure when it comes to vote rehabilitation. So we should be try to power pressure or very important the situation. They have done nothing.
Oh, the money for now. Okay, so I think we have to come to the end of this one because we have another trending information right here. The Antonian Asik Jackson, who calls for the Baptist Church to starve, or remove or revoke President Joseph Boakai deacon title. This person will be our last caller. Hello?
How are you?
I'm fine.
Thank you. Thank you for your topic.
Let's hear you quickly.
So this is Jeremiah with him.
Yeah, Jeremiah. Yeah, Jeremiah, let's hear you.
Okay. What we say all the time here is not who doing this or who doing that. But I think the arise came here to arise every negative thing to improve it. But let me make you to understand my brother and those are listening to me. Personally, he was tired of being rehabilitating role. When I was small, we have something they used to call rural development. Rural development rehabilitate the road throughout until.
Oh, the money finish. Let me drop the line. Sorry, I'm actually not the one that making to drop the line. So just because of that, we'll consider one person. Because before they say, "Oh, I don't want to take the person," no, that take the person. The person is the last person. Hello.
Thank you, Jua. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Hussein Kew.
Thank you for the recognition. This is Hussein Kew.
Hussein, let's hear you.
I join you from Jacobstown district too.
Okay, let's hear you.
Let me appreciate you for your independent analysis. And I think it is only a good thing as a Liberian to be honest and succeed to your country, not an individual. You gave your honest, proof of the rules from the local county and other rules within the country. But you see, it's a good thing that even you have a side, it's just good to be honest sometimes, and I think you have done so. While it is true the government is traveling to rehabilitate or construct new rules, there are still challenges in different sectors. But the government is keen as to ensure that those challenges are minimized or curtailed. So, with what could have said, I think she has made a justification. She said she was not the one that posted that. It came from some propagandist. So she had to do further clarity. So we were not judge her, but the comment made. But I think we have to give us the time so that she can justify more, because there are hackers everywhere. You got people who just want to tarnish the image of other people because of some political reasons or some selfish reasons. So I call ready to appreciate your analysis, your intro from the beginning of the show. You've been very fair. People think that because it's volatile Liberia, nobody will come on the show, and appreciate or acknowledge the workings of the government. And you have cleared, that doubt of the mind of the people. So thank you.
Thank you, Hossein. Thank you. You are the last caller anyway.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. So Hossein is the last caller. We wouldn't go beyond and take any other person. Now we're going to move on to Anthony Axel W. Jackson, who have called the Baptist Church a church and or a doctrine that the President Joseph Boakai is being a member of. Axel Jackson has called for the removal or to revoke, the deacon title given to President Joe Boakai. So, but before we go to that one there, and later on we'll talk about the suspended lawmakers' December salaries deposited in to the consolidated account of the government of Liberia. So, several lawmakers were suspended by the majority blood. The blood where they say, they don't have the authority now to do things, but then the executive and the judiciary are listening, and that of the Senate, they are listening to the majority blood now, and the same majority blood suspended several lawmakers from the legislature, and today these legislatures' salaries have been transferred to the government consolidated account. That's had to do with the joint account of the national government of Liberia, meaning nothing happened to it. Nobody should feel say the person take it or they'll do anything or it, no, but then they could transfer it to do different things on behalf of the government. It means that they said these people should not take pay and they will not take pay, and they are not also taking pay. So we're going to look at that one there. But first, let's go to our cash giveaway quickly. With this one, Sekou Sherry being an humanitarian, he keep telling me, my man, you gotta give some money to the people quickly. So I want to go there quickly and do a draw of the 10,000 star 799 star 20 hatch star 799 star 20 hatch. Okay, play with 200 Liberian dollars, getting the draw to win yourself 20,000 Liberian dollars. But just in case you play 2 times in row, you have to you still have a chance of winning yourself 30,000 if you play 2 times in row, because you win the draw for the 10,000 and also in the draw for the 20,000 star 799 star 20 hatch. You play 2 times, it places you in the position to win the 20,000. That's the 30,000, because you'll be in the first draw for the 10,000, the next draw for the 20,000. So we got a winner right here. I want to do a winner. Like I told you, ever since we needed one winner. There's one person to play. We needed one person to play for the 10,000 star 799 star 20 hatch. Okay, play 200 Liberian dollars, get in the draw, and stand a better chance to win yourself the first 10,000 Liberian dollars, and another coming up will be the 20,000 Liberian dollars right here, the Voice of Liberia. So you don't want to miss this trading opportunity for you, So if you play strictly 2 times in row, you stand a chance of winning the 30,000. If you play 2 times, that's going to be like football, right? You play 2 times in row, you stand a better chance of winning like 20K. Star 799 star 20 hatch. Okay, play 200 Liberian dollars and stand a chance to win 10,000 Liberian dollars or 20,000 Liberian dollars. You play 2 times, you stand to win 20,000. You play 1 time, you stand to win just 20,000. Star 799 star 20 hatch. You okay? At least with you. You want to play 2 times, fine. You want to play 1 time, it's okay as well. So we want to move on quickly to our next discussion because of time. Because of time, we move on quickly. And of course, it is interesting to know that yes, there are too many things trending. I want to give credence to Smart News Liberia again. 5 hours ago, Anthony Axel W. Jackson has urged the Baptist Church to revoke President Joseph Boakai's deacon title following remarks the president made during a public event in Lofa County. The same thing we just come from discussing again. Somebody said they must take that deacon title for him because deacon does not speak like that. On December 22nd, 2024, during a celebration marking the 60th anniversary of county status for Bone, Grangide, Lofa, Nimba counties at Unification Park, President Boakai stated, "We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, I beg you all, the money should be used to bless our people. The comment has kind people outrage, with critics calling it a tactics endorsement of corruption. Anthony Jackson demanded that the statement asserting that it contradicts the moral training and tactics of the Baptist Church. It is untouchable that a Baptist deacon would promote moral decadence, i.e., stealing in the name of development. He said Jackson led Bwaka's remarks to former Gonglo's doctoral. Sorry, when reading something on the internet can break. Yeah, and that's why we want to look at the LTA, have to look at this one too. Yeah, he said Jackson linked Bwaka's remark to former Gonglo's doctoral Mobutu sees Seku informants a section. If you want to steal a little cleverly in a nice way. So Bwaka now, they referencing Bwaka's statement to the link of former Gonglo's Dr. Mobondu, Gongoles, Dr. Mobondu's CC Seku's infamous section. If you want to steal a little cleverly in a nice way. That means you want to steal small cleverly. Jackson followed alleged that President Joseph Bwaka's statement was influenced by the support he received from individuals with questionable reputation during his election campaign, including Stanton Waterspoon, a self-confessed frustrated, and a Joe Poto, who was recently implicated in a scam involving a Japanese national. He argued that the president's words could serve as a green light to criminals and facilitators of criminality. We go back. I want you to get it clear. Jackson further alleged that the President Joseph Bwaka's statement influenced by the support he received from individuals with questionable reputation during his election campaign, including Stanton Waterspoon, his self-confessed frustrator, and Joe Poto, who was recently implicated in a scam involving a Japanese national. He argued that the president's words could serve as a green light to criminals and facilitators of criminality. In response to the backlash, the president's office issued a statement on December 25th, Christmas Day, clarifying that the President Joe Bwaka remarks were misinterpreted. The clarification reads, so after they noticed that they said people were misinterpreting the president, and here is what the president's office said. The message was clear. Liberia's progress in independence on the responsible use of public resources and corruption must be eradicated for the country to move forward. The statement also emphasized that the president's administration is committed to combating corruption. I don't know how, does this clarification, consolidate, what the people alleging that the president said. We go back again, listen to it. In response to the vast lack, meaning in response to what people have been saying, the president's office issued a statement on December 25th, Christmas Day, clarifying that the president's remarks were misinterpreted. The clarification reads, so the clarifying now, the president of it clarifying, the message was clear. Like the message was clear, but they did not quote the message. It's contradicting to another. So the message was clear, and they did not quote the message, because if you want to come back here and debunk a statement, I think the statement should be stated here. So I got issue with it 1, 2. Sorry for maybe having an issue with me, but I think that's how it should have been. So in response to the backlash, the president's office issued a statement on December 25th, clarifying that the president's remarks were misinterpreted. They did not quote the president's statement now. Then they came now with a clarification. The clarification reads, the message was clear. Liberia progress is dependent on the responsible use of public resources, and corruption must be eradicated for the country to move forward. The statement also emphasized that the president administration is committed to combating corruption. Despite the clarification, Jackson maintains that the Baptist Church must act swiftly to distance itself from any perceived support for corruption. The church needs to show that it does not condone criminality, and Jackson asserted, adding that Bwaka's role as a deacon now raise ethical question. So they say President Bwaka that deacon. President Bwaka being a deacon, they say the Bwaka made a statement in Lofa that people should steal, but then should steal, I think, and usually writing Liberia, and you steal responsibly. It means that he's in error. According to Asa Jackson, he's in error. So they should revoke the president deaconship from the Baptist Church. So he asking the Baptist Church to revoke the some of these things can be very, very funny and serious, at time, yeah. But however, there's no time. I actually thought to have elaborated on it, but no time, right? The deacon, they're asking that the deaconship should be revoked. So what are the Baptist churches in Liberia, the Broad Street branch, Kakata branch, any other area they got branch, I think they should have a branch on Madonna Street, something like that. They should have a branch on Houghton Avenue. Anywhere, I think the Baptist church is located. They're asking that you have to revoke President Bwaka deaconship. A big year, yeah. Suppose they get to the organize the president. So don't you know that some of these positions can be conferred because of the elevation of the president? Yeah, who tell you deaconship, at times supposed to be. Deaconship not supposed to be something like you think you got to go to school for. I think deaconship should be about how you are possessed by the Holy Spirit, or how you are being connected to the Holy Spirit. Not just about your position, but sometimes many of the churches will just take somebody and make them, a member or something like that in the church, because that's why some of the churches will say the person is the model of the year. You got older people who been in the church. I can have issue with that, right? We'll get to the suspended lawmakers issue, but let me talk about this too small. Especially the year coming to an end now, you will see churches honoring people who are incapacitated in the various churches. But the older women, the old people, or the older men who been in the church from day one, paying their tithe, when they get an envelope, they write on it, they post more things and carry. You will never hear the church honoring them. You will not see the church giving them seat, even near the pastor's pulpit. But somebody will just enter the church as a new member from 2-3 months, based on how the person bring their car package from the church and see that it beautifies, the Sunday appearance. Can you say it means that the person A person need to be honored so that the person can come to church every time. Yeah, it's actually, the meaning is being human. Let's stop the kind of things, because the work of God does not come from how you appear. The work of God does not come from what you got. The work of God is quite different from how you think you myself would think about how an individual or perception will be. We'll leave it right there. We move on to the suspended lawmakers. And this is coming from the Sin Smart News, right? So, members of the majority in Liberia's House of Representatives have confirmed the deposit of over 2 million Liberian dollars initially allocated as December salaries for 7 suspended lawmakers into the government's consolidated account. So I hope you got it clear. So members of this majority blood, so that means all the lawmakers who founded themselves and went one side and said they don't want that Fonati, they go on one side, but then they have come out and said they agree and accept that those lawmakers who were suspended because of their act against the majority blood, or if not the majority blood, but the majority blood felt that these people acted against plenary, given the fact that they are not on their side to have had a clemency on them, they needed to be suspended, and they suspended them. Now we move in. The affected legislators include Honorable Abu Pana Kamara, Honorable Alex X. Noah, Honorable Edward P. Flomo, Honorable Eugene J. M. Colley, Honorable Frank S. Foko, that was called Frank S. Foko, Honorable J. Marvin Cole, and Honorable Zina Norman. According to Representative James KOLLEH, these lawmakers will not receive their December pay following a decision by the legislative body to uphold their suspensions, which spanned over 3 months in some cases. So that means we extend over 3 months. If they can't come down, if they continue pumping hard, the suspension will continue to extend. Yeah, so we move on. The suspension, which arose from alleged misconduct, include a 30 working day penalty for Edward P. Flomo and Abu Kamara, scrapped of all legislative benefits. Honorable Marvin Cole's suspension was part of an unanimous vote by majority blood unanimous vote by the majority blood on November 19, 2024, citing deemed inappropriate for a legislator. So they brought back Marvin Cole issue again. So the majority blood feed threatening about Marvin Cole. And I listened to Marvin Cole when Jala Griffey hosted Marvin Cole via the telephone. And Marvin Cole get more. Marvin Cole la passed. He blasted. That's what I mean. When Jala Griffey hosted Marvin Cole blasted. Marvin Cole said, people can't do nothing. Blah, 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 blah. You know, they are politicians. So now we're hearing now that they have seized these 7 lawmakers' salaries, and the majority blood has sent it to the government consolidated account. That means it is the account of the government. So you're going back to government account. So it means the people will not take pay for the December. So effectively, January, they also start receiving their bank alert that they're getting paid. But then the majority blood, headed by Speaker Richard Kuhn, they're now telling us that these suspended lawmakers will not take pay for December. And then they're giving condition that if they continue their habits or their attitude, the suspension will continue. But it will homo You know, sometimes these things in Liberia appears like a phone, honestly. So legislator will be telling their colleagues that you need to do this instead of maybe saying they're calling to this, maybe quoting the article in their constitution. Sorry, we don't have time. We have gone through the social talk, but we actually don't have time. But I think we'll conclude on this one. But then they telling them that the suspension, if they continue their attitudes, the suspension will continue, and they will not take pay as well for January again. And it will continue again, February again, March again. So they just seize their December salary. Now, I read on the official page of the speaker Funadi Kofa. You know, sometimes we journalists, it sometimes baffles that we journalists, sometimes you hear some people, depending on how they understand the issues and depending on how they are being connected to people who are in with the issues, they will come out and consider and speak the way they think they can speak and the way they think they can speak, and people have it digested. For me, I don't go that route. I think history will judge everyone. And I'm now also saying this to see the majority blocking the wrong. In March, the lawmakers who were suspended by the majority bloc are now also receiving pay. It seems to be like the same lawmakers, like they are right. Because if the majority will right and the entire government will understand and say that these people will not take pay, it means that these people have some level of legitimacy. Yeah. So it does not also derail the fact that I can call Kofa a speaker. Why? Because Speaker Kofa by himself had not resigned. Kofa by himself, following the resolution by colleagues being rare, it had been controversial. We have not reached a conclusion as a journalist to analyze and accept that Kofa is out of the picture completely, despite their claims that Kofa is out of the picture. But we yet to find or receive a communication that Kofa is out of the picture completely. So this is why sometimes when I'm making my analysis, people can feel that, they can say, but what wrong with the guy? No, it's not about what wrong with me. I don't like to speak on behalf of somebody who you think, because I think you fit in the way, you want me to talk. No, I don't talk that way. So we have not received a communication, to understand and accept that Kofa is out of the picture. Despite the executive will come out and tell us that they are not doing business with Kofa, but rather doing business with the majority blood. But in giving their position, they will now also tell us to quote an article to substantiate their distance from Kofa being a speaker and doing business with Kun or the majority blood. We yet to understand that one there. It does not mean it's not there or it's not existing, but we yet to see that one, and we hope we will get it one day. Yeah. Then another one is the judiciary. And I also come up, despite the whole Rickman rule, the judiciary like this, the judiciary like that, following the defense minister come here, let's say the justice minister come here and they say, oh yeah, they want to side with the majority blood because this is how they interpreted the entire ruling of the Supreme Court. But we as journalists, we speak about fact. So until then, I, as an individual journalist, and we working collectively, we have not yet seen, an open statement, despite the executive will come out with their position that they will not do business with Kofa, but they did not state why they wouldn't do business with Kofa, stating or referencing the article that if the president is like this or things are going like this is how we are to work. The executive is yet to quote or reference such article. Now, the majority. On the other hand, the very legislators who are in the house as well, telling us that the majority are in the wrong, right? A majority in the wrong, then you people are the lawmaker too as well. The people have suspended you again. So what ground you people got that the people will come out again and tell us that you people have not, if you're telling us that you're not receiving your December pay, and these people are telling us that your pay have been sent to government account. And you see how the thing looks funny? That's why sometimes, I don't get ear too much to these things, because we journalists not can be placed in the middle aspect of these things, that when they call you to give your analysis, if you want to give your analysis per your opinion or maybe your feeling, your sentiment, then they say, oh, the man is a bias. I don't go that route. But as we speak, there I stand. Executive doing business with the majority, judiciary doing business with the majority. Judiciary and executive are not being able to quote us an article referencing that according to the article of the national constitution or a rules or other from the executive to coincide with the legislature horse ruling, or the judiciary had also been able to give us an article in the national constitution to coincide, or a rules from the judiciary to coincide with the horse of legislature, that we are now doing business and this is how it goes. Now, the House of Elders, the Senate, have also coincide and agreed to do business with the majority, but they are now also giving us the portion of the Constitution that provide this. So, sometimes they just bring us into a limbo. But if we just get one or two callers, man, yeah, the time actually not in our favor. I know a lot of the people who want to make their contribution to the other one year, and the orange is not on as usual. I want to tell you, we are down on the orange line. I got called already. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Your name and where you join us from?
Thank you very much. My name is Ali Patikoma. I met the family at
Mr. Family, let's hear you, sir.
So let me say thanks to the rules follow and administration chair, which is James KOLLEH.
Okay.
Because they guys, the past month, the man not been bringing bring people work. And they got a whole lot of problem in our particular capital building. So much for suspending our salary, I think at the revenue day, and by saying the money back to government cover, I think we are on the revenue part. Talking about Asset Jazzy, my brother, for Asset Jazzy, that says here, Madam Sedita.
No. Listen. It's not just about the six that the people criticize, but the truth in the criticism that I want to know.
No, but as a Jazzy will continue to criticize, no, you not find a way in the government, because we know as a Jazzy now, the way anytime they criticize, less than no time, Madam Sedita called it, they're not finding in the two government. Like you, if you stay outside to criticize, Jeremy outside and criticize, listen to him. So I'm saying thanks to you, and I want to commend the people for taking the Ghana salary, giving it back to the government. I want to commend them for that. Thank you very much, because it didn't work for him.
All right, thank you very for it. You very for it. Yeah, it is, boy. It is actually interesting. So you want to make a point too? You can put in your call. I think our man David King is on the line. Good evening, David King.
Good afternoon, my brother. This is David King, and I join you from my residence.
That's how you put it.
It sounds laughable. My brother. This guy who called himself quote-unquote majority bloc, I mean, they don't even know what they headed to. Why would you even look at legislators, your colleagues? And this is why Mr. Bwakai has failed our country, because he don't believe in the rule of law. He's a man who do not respect the rule of law. And this is why you even side with these people to do the kind of barbaric act against that colleague. It's what they're telling us that
the weekend money finish. Yeah, the weekend credit finish. Yeah. So let's see what up. Okay, another person on the line, but the line is 0886029326. 0886029326. Let's talk to the other person. Hello.
Yeah, why you cut me off? I'm making my point.
No, I didn't cut you off. I told you credit finish.
No, my credit get never finished.
Yeah, why would I? But why would I cut you off as if we're having a call on the phone?
We are just giving some money. I got some money.
All right.
I got my own finance.
Tell we are the all up to suffering.
Yeah, let me say this to you. Mm-hmm. On the day of the president's sonor, do not know as to whether Mr. Bwakai will sit with no illegal lawmaker and was a member of the diplomatic corps who are not even recognized that quote-unquote speaker who is using basic plate on his vehicle. And you think that the ambassador of those countries who believe in the rule of law will go and sit there on a Richard Foon or a KOLLEH. Now, so the issue of Isaac Jackson, you put it right. I think the Baptist Church should revoke that deaconship that they bestowed upon Mr. Boakai, because he do not even want to be a deacon, because a deacon should be an elder in the church who knows the good tenets of Christianity, who believes in God and will do what God says. But Mr. Boakai is not trading on a part. Boakai was session stealing in our country and telling ministers and directors to steal, but to give back to that community. Like if to say they are not working for salary, he cannot tell them to say, "Oh, I encourage you to give your people some of your salary," but he say you're stealing. He begging them that you see and help that community. That is wrong. I think he don't want to be a deacon. The Baptist Church should take siege of the matter and revoke the deacon title bestowed upon Boakai, so he can just be an honorary Baptist, not to be a deacon in a private Baptist church or whatever Baptist church that he is a deacon. Thank you.
You made your point. Another person is on the line. Let's see how about we talk to this person quickly. Let's see. Hello. The person dropped the line. Okay, so we're gonna take our winner quickly. We're gonna take somebody for the first 20,000. 10,000, because that's the bonus. I told you 3 persons should play, and then after the 3 persons, let me see. After the 3 persons should have played. I will take one winner. We can take, but we need one person quickly. The last one person star 799 star 20 hatch. You okay? Play 200 LD instead of win 10,000 Liberty as a bonus and in a draw for 20,000. Total is 30,000. Let's talk to this person. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. You are the last person. Please go over your radio.
Yeah. My brother is Double Josiah from Brazil.
Double, let's hear you quickly.
You know, when it comes to the issue in the house, up to now, the government is still waiting to hear the clarification of that ruling, so that I think the issue can come to rest. But again, everybody in demo. And I don't want to lie to you, it's too good for our country. You can't be having 2 speakers in the house, government organizing one and leaving the legitimate one that were elected. And then they got them going about acting on their friends, using their salaries, sending by the government cover, and that's sound good. The president need to come in. Let them try to clarify to the Liberia board that, that these people want to work with, because so thing. When they just give it like that, they're not good.
Okay.
And I don't know what will happen during the president's speech. What do people do? Who do people want to listen to?
Yeah, that's how we are all posted. We are all posted to listen and see what will happen that day.
Yeah, we just pray that God make this country go forward.
Okay. Thank you. Give me a point. He's the last caller anyway. We out of time. I want to appreciate all of you for joining us on the show today, Bit and Pieces. Such a great Friday. A Friday for everybody, and this is the last Friday in December 2024. The next time you hear us on the last Friday in December, going to be 2025. I want to appreciate all of you. But before we go, we got to take our winner. And we here up to 6 o'clock. I mean, the phone, we here up to 6 o'clock. Let me call this person quickly and see as to whether this person can walk away with their money. They're going to walk away with how much is it? 10,000. Because the person is the first person to win the bonus. You win 10,000, the person in the draw. So from there, I'm going to do the 20,000. This person 0888 Okay. So we're going to call the person right now and see as to how we can talk to this person right here. Okay, this is our winner, and the person phone is ringing. The person phone is ringing.
Yellow valued subscriber, please be informed.
The person has not responded, and let's see as to how we go again and take it for the second time, because it is burden upon us to call the person 3 times, and this is the second time. If no response, we'll take another person. We out of time already.
Yellow valued subscriber, please be informed that the number you're calling has not answered. Please call again.
The person has not responded, and then I want to hold the person on quickly, just a few seconds, and come back. And I want to do the 20,000 draw right here. So then, I'm informed that Richmond, the guys around the Richmond Entertainment Center in Bon County, following me in Banka, let's say Totota, Bon County, and of course it is Emmanuel, Jank Bantono, Bill Dennis, my brother, my real brother, and the lady Benu Momundu Lisodi, Benu Momodu Lisodi. Happy belated birthday to you, Mama. The birthday was on yesterday, and of course, I'm waiting Monrovia, and no other means that I could come there. But of course, I'm informed that your birthday went well, but however, you were mourning the fact that following the tragic accident that occurred last year, December 26, which I discussed earlier on the show today. I want to say happy birthday to you, and you keep being strong in Totota, Bon County. I love Banga. One day I'll go to Banga. Emmanuel Bill Dennis, following the Deputy Commander of the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency in Salada District, Bon County, is my brother. Like I told you, he and I were the one on the trip making it to Totota when we saw the accident on the Bako Hill, where the beans owner, the grumpy, the corn owner will have to allow the residents, to come and take the goose because of the starters. However, I want to say thank you ever so much for following us. This is Bits and Pieces and Voice of Liberia. I want to say thank you ever so much, and thank you for joining us. Voice of Liberia in Banka 90.7, and of course in Kakata 89.7, in Grand Bassa County 95.7. I want to say thank you ever so much. Bit and Pieces take break today, and we'll resume on Monday, God willing. And of course, afterward, until you hear me again, will be the new year. Happy New Year to all of you, and I wish you all a prosperity in the new year to come. I love you all, but God love you the best. But of course, I'm still here because I have to take the winner up to 6 o'clock. I need 3 winners to take for 20,000 and 2 winners for the 10,000. And the code remain the same: *799 *20 hatch. You okay? Play with just $200 Liberian dollars and stand a chance to walk away with the first 10,000, second 20,000, all together could be a 30,000 liberty right here after playing with just 400 LD on your mobile account. Good evening to Kutu David Sawa. Welcome to Monrovia. And of course, he went out yesterday. He had been very instrumental following the establishment of our various branches in Buchanan and Vonchaman, Lofa County, or Zoso. We stay on the feasibility study in Lofa. We have been established in Grand Bassa. And of course, Nimba next, Bapolu, Bomi, and Cape Mo are on the agenda. And of course, Maryland County, we're also hoping and thinking that yes, we might move to Maryland or Grand Crew County very shortly. The Voice of Liberia will reach out to every one of you. And of course, thanks to you, Sekou Shari, the Chief Executive Officer. Thumbs up to you. Kudos. And of course, you are the selfless young man who have envisioned the brightness and the brighter future of everyone who has ever worked with you, that indeed things will be fine. I must commend you as we envision and endure all of what we have earned and have in the 2024. And I've envisioned that year 2025 will be a year of change. Sekou Cherry, I want to say thank you so much, big brother. It's my big brother, very young. Some people think that the name Sekou Cherry or the man Sekou Cherry appears to be old because everyone will give him the praises. He's a young man. And of course, kudos Sao. I like to say kudos to you. Win my admiration. And your darling wife as well. I like to say thanks to the family, your darling wife. I got nothing to give all of you, but I have to say thanks to you, Kutusao, and your darling wife. Bed and pieces, take break, and we'll be back on Monday, God willing. I've been Edwin Melvin, Jua, Bill Dennis in Bone County, and Beno Momodu Disori. Happy belated birthday to you. Have yourself a God bless willing, and my condolence to my friend and brother Boyman passed away in Margibi County for the loss of his wife, who died in childbirth. My condolence to you. I'm deeply sad.